Hey everyone, I'll be covering all of the Nintendo Switch's game announcements for the second week of November, so let's get started. We finally got confirmation that Riverbond is hitting the eShop December 10th. This is a shoot and slash dungeon crawler that can be played alone or via co-op, chock full of vibrant voxel-like worlds where new and better loot is around every corner. Idea Factory announced that Arc of Alchemist is set to release in the West next year. With it comes several new changes like a new interface, new items, new weapons, better leveling systems, and way more playable characters. This action-adventure game released in Japan a few months back to very lukewarm receptions, which would explain the changes for its localization. Nintendo Shadow dropped Stretchers, a brand new IP onto the eShop. This is a two-person rescue team co-op experience where you save the residents from Greenhorn Island. You play as paramedics responding to rescue calls from all around the isle while avoiding obstacles, doing some puzzle solving, and experiencing tons of wacky in-world game events happening all around you. In AO Tennis 2, fans can take themselves from the outside courts to the center stage in an all-new narrative-driven career mode. Customize every element of the game from the clothes you wear to the playstyle you employ. Several online modes are also in the works for up to 4-player action. The Kickstarter project for Endless Memories is aiming for a Switch release. This is a 2D action-adventure set in a magical world where you'll journey through interconnected levels in one massive Metroidvania-like environment with RPG elements, combining clever loot systems with the roguelike aspects and fast responsive combat. Experience is starting a crowdfunding campaign for Corpse Confusion, the third entry in the Spirit Hunter series that will focus on giving players greater exploration in the gloomy horror environment while letting the feelings of helplessness linger through the changing perspectives. The Five Nights at Freddy's 1, 2, and 3 will be hitting the eShop November 29th. Each one of these popular jump-scare horror games will be sold separately and not as a bundle, interestingly enough. We know that the latter entries in the series are also planned for Switch, but no word yet on their release. In Flipper Mechanics, you'll be fixing arcade cabinets by learning the ins and outs of each machine and put them in tip-top shape before sending them back to their owners. Featuring realistic models spanning back decades past, repair, modify, renovate, and rebuild some of the beloved classics. The modern retro adventure, Alwa's Legacy, is the newest entry in the series. Taking place 2 years after the original, use your magic staff to move across the land while solving puzzles, explore dangerous dungeons, defeat enemies, all in one fluid 8-bit adventure. Grid Fight is a fast-paced action experience where you control a squad of 4 powerful heroines defending the future. Move through a grid-based arena avoiding deadly attacks and traps while waves of enemies attempt to crush your progress. The puzzle platformer Meanders has over 40 explorable levels while you jump, bounce, slide, and teleport to reach your destination. Play on the easiest difficulty for a relaxing experience or turn it up for a nail-biting challenge. Make friends, play cards, twist the rules, and become the king of games in the single-player RPG Cardpocalypse. Explore Dutzdale Elementary as Jess, a 10-year-old boy who's building a killer deck to defeat his friends in this card game, but also attempting to save the world. Trapped in a magical clockwork world, solve puzzles to escape the whimsical adventures in TikTok, A Tale of Two. Full cross-playing support with PC and mobile is also supported at launch, so you can play with friends locally or online. Jamestown Plus is a top-down 4-player retro shooter set in the British colonial Mars. This version adds to the original with new content in the form of new worlds, new ships, new weapons, new enemies, and story components that raise the quality of the package as a whole. Kaminazo is a new puzzler that uses paper. Solve the puzzles in the game by taking down notes, then fold and cut self-printed paper into something like origami style for new shapes and forms as you play along. Dig deep underground by shooting balls and breaking blocks to traverse your way into the core of a planet in HOLEDOWN. Play alone or with friends via co-op through 6 planets, and leaderboard options are available for score chasers. G-Mode is bringing Sudoku Relax 3 Autumn Leaves to the Switch next year, including over 300 puzzles, 3 difficulty settings, several background effects, and tons of tracks to set the puzzling mood just right. Dustin goes into a coma after being struck by a vehicle, and his dog Balthazar dreams of ways to save him when a whimsical dreamscape land materializes in Balthazar's dreams. Tackle bosses, play through 10 levels, and explore the world to save Dustin. Football Game is a traditional point-and-click adventure game that takes inspiration from 80s and 90s games with simple puzzles and character interactions familiar to the genre. Play as a mercenary team ready to take down the alien invasion in BioLab Wars. Experience classic 2D platforming mechanics with 3 playable characters across 7 action-packed levels. And that's all the game announcements we'll be covering this week. Last week I mentioned that Terry's reveal was directly tied to the possibility of a direct, but with that already behind us, the dream of a November direct is no more. I guess we'll have to wait until January. So with all that said, as per always, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate the support, and be sure to leave a like and subscribe and hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up. See ya!